Bum bum ba-dum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 da-da-da-da-dum dum. Bum ba dum 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 dum. Du-du-dum dum 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 dum. Du-du-dum du-du-dum dum 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 dum. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of the football boss, we're going to the playoffs. My gosh. What is up, everyone? What is going on? My name is Matthew. I'm the football boss. And ladies and gentlemen, it is official. It is time to raise your voice. Hold up your hands like the Night King in Hot Home. Because the Seahawks are going to the frickin' playoffs. Are we going to the Super Bowl? Bro, not at all. We're probably not going to the Super Bowl at all. We're probably going to lose next weekend. But I don't care because Geno Smith has just led the Seahawks to the playoffs. It was stressful. It was terrifying. But we in, baby. Are we very good? Well, I think we're better than the Dolphins, though. But, Seahawks going to playoffs. Seahawks going to playoffs. The Seahawks are going to the playoffs. Hey, wait, where's Russell Wilson? Is he in the playoffs? Oh, that's right. He's not. So, yeah. And the game that cemented it was the Lions and the Packers game. Now, when you look at it now, this does look a little bit more fair because when it came out, I was a little confused because I was like, this game isn't gonna mean a whole lot unless things happen, or it's like the way things may play out, it's not gonna work. Because if the Seahawks won this afternoon, which they did, they would have to wait till tonight to figure out if we're gonna make the playoffs or not. So my first thought was, why couldn't both games be afternoon games? I don't know. And if the Seahawks won, the Lions would miss out on the playoffs, so therefore they're not playing for anything. They're just playing for pride. Which, I mean, they did play for pride. So right away that was something I was a little confused about, but now that everything's played out, we're 9-8, Lions are 9-8, and the Packers are 8-9. Clearly, the Seahawks have a better record than those two teams. But since the Seahawks beat the Lions earlier in the season, that puts the tiebreaker over us. So, Seahawks going to place. So ultimately, it ended up working out okay. But yeah, just in general, yeah. Let's review the Lions and Packers. That's not something I do very often. Yeah, it really wasn't a very good game for the Packers. Romeo Doubs had 2 drops, though Aaron Rodgers threw an interception, but really the Packers just shot themselves in the foot over and over and over again. The defensive scheming was very, very weird. They had a fumble in the red zone that led to a field goal. They had an interception that led to the game-winning drive. And really, it was just a very odd game for the Packers. Though, since the Packers have been one of the hotter teams out of the last couple games, they beat the Dolphins, coming up very clutch in that game, 3 interceptions. That's mostly thanks to Tua, and then they destroyed the Minnesota Vikings. So that alone was just mind-boggling. So I kind of went this game a little nervous for the for the Detroit Lions, though. And did we sacrifice a good draft positioning? Yeah, but I don't really care because the Seahawks are going to the playoffs. So I did put out like a 2-minute like review just a little bit ago about the game, and yeah, it wasn't the prettiest game between the Seahawks and Rams. Though good news is we beat them, and we're going to the playoffs. It feels so good to say. Ah. Anyways, really, it wasn't the prettiest game. It it was not the prettiest game though. Gino threw 2 interceptions, should have thrown 3, and like, I mean, he just looked off. I mean, he did not look like himself. He had some very he had some very he had some missed throws. So that right there concerns me a little bit. Now, now another big thing. He did throw a beautiful, beautiful pass to Tyler Lockett for our only touchdown of the game. Kenneth Walker, 29 attempts, 114 yards. I mean, he's got a 1,000-yard season. We didn't play him much in the first 4 games before Penny went down. He had a couple rough games. He basically missed 2 games because of injury, and he's over 1,000 yards. He has been an absolute steal for us. On top of that, Tariq Woolen had another batted pass. He probably has been the biggest steal for us, though. Yeah, he just had 1 pass defense, which, looking up on the year, he has 6 interceptions, which is tied for first in the entire NFL, which that is tied for lead with Justin Simmons of the Broncos, Mika Fitzpatrick of the Steelers, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson for the Eagles. That's pretty awesome. Like, that's all pretty cool. And he's a rookie. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, coming forth, we have a young offensive line. Of course, Gino is a free agent. We're not sure what's going on with him. Metcalf and Lockett are locked up for long term. So, honestly, I really love the future for the Seahawks. I'm so excited to see what we can do next year, though. Our defense really was just hot and cold all year, and honestly, we're probably one of the most inconsistent teams in the NFL. But when we're on our game, I don't think we're bad. I do think that we're pretty good. What's going to happen next week when we go to San Francisco? I don't think we stand much of a shot. I don't think we're going to stand much of a shot against Mr. Irrelevant, but you know what? Made it to the dance. And let's just see where it all goes from there. But if I'm being completely honest, the Seahawks can take a year off. Gino's been a great story. We could probably take a year off, because it would be pretty cool if the Buffalo Bills won this year. For, of course, DeMar Hamlin. Of course, they were the Super Bowl favorites. Heartbreaking divisional loss last year. 4 straight Super Bowls. It'd be pretty cool. Will it happen? Or does it have to wait and see? They're most likely going to be the Dolphins, though. Like, I mean, especially if they're going to be starting Skylar Thompson. Like, who's Skylar Thompson? I don't even know who he is. But yeah, Seahawks going to playoffs, but not to Super Bowl. But yeah, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Very excited to see the Seahawks in the playoffs, and yeah. Oh, another good news. On Friday, check out on Friday, I got a Game of Thrones season 6 coming out. It's an hour long. Got a lot of thoughts, and it's coming. But yeah, as just said, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. You can follow me on Facebook, MATTHEWLEININGER. It was my sister's birthday today, so you're not watching this, but happy birthday. And if it was your birthday today, happy birthday. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday.
Seahawks are going in the playoffs. Yeah.